Black made a move. Bishop c3. Pause the video to find out white's response. Bishop takes c3. Pawn takes c3. On b4. White is planning to play. On b5. On c2. King d2. King g4. Pawn takes c6 and seize the initiative. King h6 move preferred by black. King d1. King h5. On b5. On c2 check. King takes c2. Pawn takes b5. On c6. King g6. On c7. King f7. Pawn promotes to queen at c8. King e7. White has a strong upper hand. Let's go to the next game. Black made a move. Bishop d8. Pause the video and try to find white's next move. Pawn a6 check. King a7. King takes d4. Bishop a5. King e5. Bishop e1. King e6. White considers playing. Pawn c6. Bishop g3. King d7. King b6. On a7. King takes a7. On c7. Bishop takes c7. King takes c7 and seize the initiative. Bishop g3 was chosen by black. On c6. Bishop h2. King d7. White's idea is to play. On c7. King b6. Pawn promotes to queen at c8 and increase their advantage significantly. King b6 move preferred by black. On c7. White might go for pawn promotes to queen at c8 and dominate the board. Bishop takes c7 was chosen by black. On a7. White's idea is to play pawn promotes to queen at a8 and secure a strong hold in the game. King takes b5 played by black. King takes c7. King c4. White has a decisive advantage. Let's go to the next game. Black played King g4. Pause the video to spot white's next move. On g6. Bishop e8. On g7. White considers playing. Pawn promotes to queen at g8 check. King h3. King f2. Bishop g6. Queen takes g6. King h4. Queen g5 check. King h3. Queen h5 mate and take decisive advantage. Bishop f7 move preferred by black. Bishop e5. King g3. King d4. King f3. King c5. King e2. King b6. White is aiming to play king takes a6 and increase their advantage significantly. On d4 move preferred by black. Bishop takes d4. King d3. Bishop c5. White is planning to play king takes a6 and take decisive advantage. On e5 move preferred by black. Pawn takes e5. Bishop c4. White has a decisive advantage. Let's go to the next game. White just played King e8. Pause the video and try to find black's next move. King takes c6. King takes d8. On g2. King e7. Pawn promotes to queen at g1. Black considers playing. Queen g7 check. King e6. Queen takes d7 check and take decisive advantage. Pawn promotes to queen at d8 played by white. Queen g5 check. King e8. Queen g8 check. King e7. Queen takes d8 check. King takes d8. King b5. King d7. King c4. King c6. King c3. King d5. King b2. King c4. King takes a 2. King c3. Black is in a commanding position. Let's go to the next game. Black just played. King h6. Pause the video to figure out white's next move. King f5. White wants to play king takes f6 and secure a stronghold in the game. Bishop g7 move preferred by black. Bishop d7. White might go for king e6. On g4. Pawn takes g4 and take decisive advantage. King h5 played by black. Bishop e8 check. King h4. King e6. White wants to play king d7. King g3. King takes c7. King takes f3. Pawn b6. On g4. Bishop h5. King f4. Bishop takes g4 and increase their advantage significantly. On g4 move preferred by black. Black considers playing pawn takes f3 and take decisive advantage. Pawn takes g4 was chosen by white. King takes g4. King d7. King f3. Bishop g6. King e3. King takes c7. King d3. Pawn b6. King takes c4. Pawn b7. King d3. Pawn promotes to queen at b8. White might go for queen b3 check. King d4. King takes d6 and gain a significant edge. On c4 black is on the verge of defeat. Let's go to the next game. Black made a move. King f4. Pause the video and try to find white's next move. King d4. Bishop f6 check. King d5. King takes g4. King d6. King takes f5. On e7. Bishop takes e7 check. King takes e7. King e4. King d6. King d4. King c7. On the 5. King takes b7. King c3. King a6. White wants to play king takes a5 and put immense pressure on the opponent. King b4 was chosen by black. On a4. White's idea is to play king b6. King takes b3. King takes a5 and seize the initiative. King c5 move preferred by black. King takes a5. King c6. White is clearly ahead. Let's go to the next game. Black just played. Bishop c4. Pause the video to spot white's next move. On a4. King e4. King b4. On h5. Bishop c2 check. King f4. Pawn takes h5. King g5. On the 5. King takes h5. On a6. White is aiming to play bishop e4. Bishop e2. On a7. King g5. Pawn promotes to queen at a8 and increase their advantage significantly. Bishop d5 move preferred by black. King takes b5. Bishop f3. King c5. White is looking to play on a7. King g4. Bishop a4. King f4. Bishop c6. Bishop h5. Pawn promotes to queen at 8 and dominate the board. King g4 move preferred by black. King d6. White is planning to play on a7. Bishop e2. Pawn promotes to queen at a8 and put immense pressure on the opponent. King h3 move preferred by black. Bishop a4. King takes h2. On a7. King g3. Bishop c6. White is setting up to play bishop takes f3. King takes f3. Pawn promotes to queen at 8 check and dominate the board. Bishop g4 move preferred by black. Pawn promotes to queen at 8. White might go for Queen f5, King f2, King e7, King e2, King takes f6 and increase their advantage significantly. King f4. Black has no response. Let's go to the next game. White made a move. Bishop f2. Pause the video and try to find Black's next move. On e3. Black might go for pawn takes f2 and dominate the board. Bishop takes e3. Move preferred by White. Pawn takes e3. King takes e3. King e5. King f3. Pawn h5. King g3. King e4. King f2. Pawn h4. King e2. Pawn g5. King f2. King f4. King g2. King e3. Black is planning to play King e2. King g1. King f3. King f1. King g3. King g1. King takes h3 and secure a stronghold in the game. King g1. Move preferred by White. King f3. Black's idea is to play King g3. King f1. King takes h3 and dominate the board. King h2 played by White. King f2. Black is setting up to play King f1. King h1. King f2. King h2. King f3. King g1. King g3. King f1. King takes h3 and dominate the board. King h1. Move preferred by White. King g3. King g1. King takes h3. King f2. Black is dominating the board. Let's go to the next game. White played Pawn f4 check. Pause the video to analyze Black's next move. Pawn takes f3. Bishop takes f3. Pawn f4. Pawn takes f4 check. King takes f4. Bishop d1. King g3. King c3. King takes h4. King d3. Bishop f7. Bishop e2. King g5. King e4. Pawn h4. Black is setting up to play Pawn h3. King e5. Pawn h2. Bishop f3. Bishop takes c4 and seize the initiative. Bishop f1. Move preferred by White. King f6. King f4. Bishop e6. King e4. King e7. King e5. King d7. Bishop d3. Pawn h3. Black's idea is to play Pawn h2. Bishop e4. Bishop takes c4 and gain a significant edge. King f4 was chosen by White. King d6. Black might go for Pawn h2. Bishop e4. Bishop takes c4 and increase their advantage significantly. King f3 played by White. King e5. Black is preparing to play Bishop f5. Bishop e2. King d4. King g3. King c3. King f4. Bishop c8. Bishop f3. King takes c4 and put immense pressure on the opponent. King g3. Move preferred by White. King d4. Black might go for King takes d3 and dominate the board. Bishop e2. Move preferred by White. Bishop takes c4. Bishop g4. White has no response. Let's go to the next game. Black played Pawn f6. Pause the video to spot White's next move. Black is looking to play Bishop e3. Pawn b6. Bishop takes g5 check and increase their advantage significantly. Pawn g6. Move preferred by White. Bishop f8 check. King h5. Bishop d6. On b6. White intends to play. King h6. Bishop f8 check. On g7. Bishop takes g7 check. King takes g7 and gain a significant edge. On f5 played by black. On c5. White considers playing. On g7. Bishop f4. On promotes to queen at g8 check and gain a significant edge. Bishop e5 was chosen by black. On c6. King d6. On c7. White's idea is to play pawn promotes to queen at c8 and secure a stronghold in the game. King d7 move preferred by black. King g5. White wants to play king takes f5 and dominate the board. On f4 played by black. Black wants to play. On f3. King h4. On f2. On g7. Bishop takes g7 and increase their advantage significantly. King g4 played by white. Bishop d4. King takes f4. Bishop b2. King e4. White is planning to play. King d5. Bishop f6. King c5. Bishop e7 check. King b5. Bishop f6. King a5. King c6. On promotes to queen at c8 check and dominate the board. Bishop g7 was chosen by black. King d3. King c8. King c4. White intends to play. King c5. King b7. King d6. Bishop d4. King d7. King takes b6. On promotes to queen at c8 and dominate the board. Bishop f8 was chosen by black. King d5. White is aiming to play. King c6. Bishop a3. On b7 mate and dominate the board. King b7 played by black. King e6. White intends to play. King d7. King takes b6. On promotes to queen at c8 and gain a significant edge. King c8 played by black. King f7. White wants to play. King takes f8 and take decisive advantage. Bishop c5 played by black. On g7. Bishop takes b6. King e6. King takes c7. King d5. Bishop f2. On promotes to queen at g8. White wants to play. Queen f7 check. King b6. Queen takes f2 check and establish a winning position. Bishop e1 black is outplayed. Let's go to the next game.